Good evening, this is Lynn, and finally, we're going to start our stream of Final Fantasy XVI. Yeah, if some of you had seen the Subnautica Let's Play, I, near the end, had a bit of trouble with my computer, and thankfully, my computer has now been replaced. It's brand new, and it is about as, top of the line as I could get, without spending scads of money. So, thankfully, we don't have to worry about my old computer failing. This computer should run Final Fantasy XVI just fine. Anyway, if you are new to the Literary Machine, this is, it's generally a podcast, but I have expanded to the streaming arena because I really like video games and I want to share them with people who maybe don't play games as much and are therefore missing out on some really great narratives. The purpose of the podcast, and thus this stream, is to analyze storytelling in differing mediums. And I have not played Final Fantasy XVI. I saw one trailer, the announcement trailer, I believe. And that was it. I don't know anything else about this story, so I will be going in 100% blind, basically. In the midst of the gameplay, I will be occasionally taking the time to talk through the events that have happened in the story, and also maybe pointing out some of the techniques that have been employed to actually convey the story. And I want to just talk about, why that particular technique was deployed as opposed to another technique, or if perhaps I thought maybe they could have done it a better way, then I'd like to talk about that as well. Because this is a story stream, I will be focused primarily on the story. I'm going to do my best to not speak during cutscenes so that we can get the full glory, and also I have the subtitles on, so we're not going to miss anything. If there are documents that are not voiced over, I will be reading them. And let's see. And once again, this is focused primarily on the story, not the gameplay, so I will be doing the story mode of this particular game. I don't really feel like I need to display my gaming prowess. Do we really want to get caught on a boss and not be able to get through it for some time, or have to repeat it constantly? I don't think so. So, I don't know how easy story mode necessarily is, but I'm aiming for a smooth experience. This may also mean, though, that side quests will take lesser importance to me, because the side quests, it really depends. Sometimes they are relevant to the main storyline, and sometimes in the course of gaming they're just not relevant, and it's just kind of like, here's a break from the story, which is fine, but that's not usually something that you get in a narrative. With that said, I think it is time to start. So, again, I am 100% blind. If you're seeing this load game thing, I haven't started the game. When I was first setting up the stream, it made me go through and pick some story selection stuff first, and then it proceeded to like launch me straight into the game. I ended the game as quickly as I could, basically having to force quit to get out of it. And I heard like 3 words from I don't even know who, because the game hadn't even loaded, or the scene hadn't even loaded at that point. So yeah. Now 100%, the screen brightness, I've made it a smidge brighter than normal, simply because I know that YouTube tends to be a little bit on the dark side. Can't decide if that's worth it. We're gonna have subtitles on. Controller rumble. I don't really have a controller, so right now I plan on playing on my keyboard, but it's always possible that I'll switch to an Xbox controller. So I guess I'll keep the controller rumble on just in case. And the subtitles will be in English, the voiceover language will be in English. Now this one I'm a little bit torn on, because I really don't know how necessary this is. Because usually this is kind of, it's an accessibility setting. It's supposed to let you know when there's in-game sounds and music. Are people going to be interested in this? So this seems really obnoxious, but it's not going to be like to this extent. So we can say yes, and then it shows here, this is in time with the music. Okay, it is marginally obnoxious. So we could, dial that back, make it less big, and there's visual opacity. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on having this. I'm certain that we can come back, and actually I'm not certain that we can come back. So I'm going to say no to the visual alerts. I'm sorry for anybody out there who maybe was interested in them and wanted to keep them on. Yeah, here we go. So there's 2 different, there's story focused and action focused. Begin the game with standard equipment, recommended for those players who are comfortable with action games. In general, I am comfortable with action games. And I wouldn't normally do story focused, but the nature of this podcast, and therefore this stream, is the story. And I feel like it'd be kind of silly to not keep it that way. But anyway, it says begin the game equipped with several accessories that simplify gameplay. It sounds like I don't even have to put them on if I really don't want to, so I guess we'll see what these accessories are. Recommended for those players who are less comfortable with action games and wish to focus more on the game's story elements. But yeah, we're going to keep going with that, and then we're gonna confirm. I'll quiet now.
It was Moss the Chronicler who said that the land of Valisthea is blessed in the light of the Mother Crystals, and that it was this light which finally led our forebears out of the darkness. Yet, what they saw in the light gave us to temptation. Temptation that ever lures us back into the crystal shadow. And thus did our journey begin.
It'll be light soon. Both camps have begun to stir.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
No one else? Where's the fun in that? How do we even know the girl will be among them?
Our kind do not question orders. We follow them. Try to keep that in mind. Let's get this done. Focus, Wyvern. You are key to this mission's success.
Yes, Sergeant.
I said focus, Wyvern!
WSAD to move Wyvern. Wyvern. How? Escape at any time outside cutscene to open the main menu. Okay. So we've gotten past, not the prologue, but really the first scene where there appeared to be a phoenix and then a creature that I know to be Ifrit. Or at least I'm pretty certain it was Ifrit. Battling each other with zero context. And I think I said it in Subnautica, like, this is a very popular way to start any kind of story. With a punch, with some action. It's, to hook you in. And, get you to immediately start asking questions. What is happening? Why is this happening? What are those creatures? And of course, the way the scene morphed, it showed the fire in Wyvern's eyes. So it does make me curious, what exactly is his role in that? Is this a distant memory, or is this something, is the first scene something that's going to happen in the future? Because Final Fantasy XV started in a very similar way. There was a cutscene of what would happen in the future, and then it cut to the very beginning. It's just like, well, let's see what disaster befalls to get you to this point. I did not get very far in Final Fantasy XV, so I'm not going to relate to that point any further. I would ideally like to go back and play Final Fantasy XV, especially for this channel, but I'm getting off track. Okay, and now let's go back to this. Obviously, we're in the tutorial. Cool, whatever. I find the protagonist's name very interesting. So most people are aware, Wyvern is a type of dragon, or the name for a type of dragon. The dragon is basically like the dragons in Game of Thrones. They have 4 limbs, where the front 2 are 4 limbs that have claws on them, but are primarily wings, and then hind limbs. Traditional dragons have the 4 limbs and then 2 wings, giving them 6 limbs total. So I'm curious how this guy's name plays into this. Gameplay settings. Gameplay configuration settings, including camera inversion, can be adjusted on the System tab. Okay.
We don't have time for this. All hell is about to break loose.
Okay. Sorry for... I just wanted to make sure that the camera is the way I want it to be, and it is. So... Can you move any faster? I guess not.
Damn it. Time to move.
Okay, now he moves. Strangely wobbly.
We're just in time. Why this is going, they won't need this new dominant of theirs. What?
To the gates! Quickly! Move!
What do you mean, you refuse? Did you not pledge your swords to our cause?
Come now. Marshal, the King of Waloed is our guest.
And you have His Majesty's answer.
I wonder that you summoned us at all. Have you so little faith in your own men? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not? Or am I mistaken? Besides, your dominant has yet to take the field. And when he does, our knights would only get in the way.
Perhaps you have not heard, but the Ironblood now have their own dominant. We would be fools to underestimate them.
Bugger their knights.
What did you say?
Should this citadel be allowed to fall, the capital will lie exposed. And I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board. Which just leaves me.
Hopka!
The Ironblood will rue the day they set foot on Storm. This game is over.
You cock.
Benedicta.
Take care.
Does the lion take care when he chases the hare? Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love. You are a lion. You're my lion.
I'm not afraid of a little frost, Benedicta. But I will need someone to warm me when I come home.
The front lines are gone. This is our chance. The chaos will conceal us.
There we go. Hi, Zomber. How's it going? Oh, good, good. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so I don't know if you caught the beginning, but I'm trying to refrain from speaking during the cutscenes so that, you know, we don't miss anything. Anyway. Oh, yes. One thing that I forgot to mention with the opening cutscene, specifically when we got to the part where they're, you know, Wyvern and his comrades are around the fire, the one blonde guy said, we don't question orders, which, you know, sounds very much like a soldier rather than, say, a mercenary being sent to do what sounds like assassination work. And now this particular scene, there are two warring sides. I know we got a few names around here. I'm gonna wait for those to settle in. Because I'm not going to remember them all, right now at least. But it sounds like a king sent for either some mercenaries or some allies to contribute to the fight against their enemy. And does not seem like... What is a good way to describe it? A cordial meeting? There's just all kinds of dominance, power, and stuff going on in that particular... I mean... Benedicta lit her cigarette and blew the smoke into the face of the people that were beseeching their help, or presumably she was on the side beseeching her help. And then the big guy came along and put his cigar out, and not the king's drink, but the person underneath him drink. Just power play. And so we can kind of see the dynamics of what's going on. And I think the big guy is must be the dominant of that particular side. And Benedicta is the Shiva, and Shiva was mentioned by Wyvern's core group. So it kind of sounds like she's a target. At least for this particular scene. Let's keep going then. Redeemable items. Additional content can be redeemed from the system tab in the menu. Okay. I'm just gonna poke. Whoa, sorry. So the game kind of will take control of your camera a little bit. Okay, just... Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, please don't spoil. It's kind of what it sounded like, just because the guy mentioned he didn't like a little bit. He didn't mind a little bit of frost or whatever. But maybe Shiva is the other side's dominant then.
Wait. Something's not right.
Titan. So the Darmaks finally grew tired of being slaughtered.
Okay, yeah, so there's Shiva.
And look who's here to greet the bastard.
Come on.
Get to die here, Wyvern. Move!
Okay, I'd be really pissed off if I was a soldier in that fight and I had to deal with the likes of Titans stepping on me. Okay, this is very sensitive. Man, this game does not shy away from the more adult themes, that's for certain.
Anytime, Wyvern.
Am I not allowed to go that way? Why not? There we go. Sorry. Still trying to get used to the video system.
You're just gonna stand there?
Yikes.
Wyvern! Wyvern! told you before, you do not get to die here.
Well, if you're not cut out to be a shield, there's always work for you in the stables. Unless, of course, you think you can defend your master while sat on your arse in a puddle of pig swill.
I'm sure he'd find a way. My brother always looks after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
Two arms, then. It wouldn't do to disappoint the gallery.
Okay.
Let's start again from the beginning. Come, show me your form.
Attack the Lord Commander. Press left to perform a melee attack. A vortex can be chained together. Okay, so we got the fight between Ifrit and the Phoenix.
I believe I asked to see your swordsmanship.
Yeah. Quiet. And then we changed to...
Once more, please.
Yeah, then we cut to the fire and...
Very good.
Clive.
Such swordsmanship will serve you well in the field. But can the same be said of your spellcraft? The flames of the Phoenix burn within. Now let them burn without. Come, Clive. Rain fire down upon me.
Press right mouse button.
Don't hold back. I can take the heat. Well done. You wield the Firebird's flames just as a first shield should.
You flatter me, my lord.
Or would you rather I flattened you? Can be arranged. Let's see if you can elude my blade. After all, your attacking prowess will count for naught if you don't live long enough to use it. On your toes, Lord Rossfield.
Okay, before we continue with that, some new things have come up. That little puppy there, if I remember correctly, the dog type creatures in this game are called Torgles. Like I did hear about those. But he mentions the Phoenix Flames. Does that mean that Clive is the Phoenix? Or is that just what fire magic is called in this realm? I guess we'll find out soon enough. Control to evade an enemy's attack. Evading an attack at the precise moment it is dealt will temporarily slow the enemy, making it more susceptible to counter.
Don't simply watch my movements. Read them.
Yeah.
How did you dodge that? I was sure I had you.
That was amazing!
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Not quite.
Good. Remember, Clive, your blade is not your only weapon. Quickness of thought and fleetness of foot are indispensable arms in any shield's arsenal. But you are not just any shield, are you? Show me what sets you apart from the rest. You have been blessed by the Phoenix, granted the use of its power. Call upon that power now to close on me.
Okay,
Well,
I guess
I'm waiting.
I should be more patient. To find out what this means, execute a Phoenix shift 3 times. Iconic feats. The blessing of the Phoenix grants Clive the ability to perform feats of inhuman strength and dexterity. Phoenix shift is one such iconic feat. Press shift to swiftly close in on a distant target. Both melee and ranged attacks can be used while executing a Phoenix shift.
But that all our shields could move so swiftly. Impressive. But even the most agile shield cannot hope to escape every blow. And death may come by a handful of cuts as easily as it comes by 1,000. There is only one way to ensure that you do not fall. Keep your wounds mended and your energies replenished. Speaking of which, my lord, you seem a little worse for wear. Now that won't do at all.
Consumable items such as potions and tonics can be used to restore Clive's HP or temporarily boost traits. Consumables can be assigned to 1, 2, 3 via the Items tab in the menu for quick and convenient use. These items can be used directly from the menu.
That'll have to do for now. All right then.
Do you think those wounds become you?
Fine.
That's better. Battle is a succession of pivotal moments, wherein life and death can be decided at a single stroke. You must be ready to utilize every tool at your disposal if you are to navigate a path to victory. Or at the very least, to ensure that you live to fight another day. Enough practice. It's time for the test. You've recovered from your soaking, I trust? You wouldn't want to kick a man while he's drowned.
I thought you'd never ask.
Come then, Lord Rosfield. Spar with me. If you believe yourself worthy to be called Shield of the Flame, then prove it.
As you wish, my lord.
Have at me, boy. Make proof of your strength.
The will gauge indicates an opponent's will to fight back. Break their spirit by landing attacks and strike them when they are vulnerable.
Go on, you're sure to beat him this time.
You can do it, Clive. Just stay calm.
You're taking this seriously.
Keep going, Clive.
Lord Murdoch's will has been broken, leaving him staggered. Try dealing as much damage as you can before he regains his senses. Use Q to execute Rising Flames, a powerful iconic ability granted Clive by the Blessing of the Phoenix. I I can already tell this is going to be fun because I don't like the control being the evade. Because it's kind of far, if I'm being honest. Interesting. Now I'm just curious how Clive became known as Wyvern. But I suppose that's one of the mysteries that we'll find out through the course of this game.
He won! See? I told you he could do it!
Aye. Bested at last. It's taken me long enough. That was a display worthy of your father. You are a true shield of the flame, and let no one tell you otherwise. Including me. What are you lot gawping at? Back to your drills.
His hand... Oh, that's because he has leather gloves on. I was going to say, his hands look weird.
Joshua, I was just tired. The Phoenix's flames are a gift. You mustn't waste them.
It isn't a waste. My shields look after me. Why shouldn't I?
That's why. You were coughing this morning too. You shouldn't be outdoors.
I'll be fine. It's just a cold.
Don't push yourself.
His Grace has returned!
Father's back.
Hey.
Your Grace, please, this is no place for one such as you.
I would gladly brave hell itself to see my darling boy. Gentlemen, Rosaria thanks you for your indefatigable loyalty.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We live to serve.
Joshua. You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this.
I'm sorry.
Good day to you, Mother.
Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us. Lord Murdoch?
Your Grace.
What a way to treat your own flesh and blood.
I know. It's not his fault. Not everyone can be born the Phoenix.
We should join them.
Rise, my friends.
Welcome home, Father.
Thank you, Joshua. You are well, I trust?
Yes, Father. Much better. Today, Jill and I went to the Bailey to watch Clive's spa.
Is that so?
Quiet, Toggle. Stop it, boy. Not now.
You'll make a fine hound one day.
Father.
Lift up your head, girl.
Thank you, Your Grace.
The capital rejoices at your safe return, Your Grace.
War is coming, my boy. We must make ready.
Is the situation truly so grave?
Come to the throne room. We will talk there.
Yes, Father. Your Grace.
Shields dismissed.
Torgal. Where do you think you're going, Clive here is off to see the Archduke.
Right.
Should you find yourself lost, do not fret. Hold down N and trust in your animal instinct to point you in the right direction. Your current destination will be displayed with a whatever that symbol is. Shield? Herald?
Is trouble brewing?
Okay, I'm sorry, Jill. We'll have to cut you off right there. Well, this probably should not be surprising given that it is Final Fantasy. But man, they've been jam-packing these scenes with all kinds of information. I'm very intrigued by the characters and the family dynamic, particularly. I'm really looking forward to those GOT similarities, Zomber. I mean, if it wasn't obvious, I actually really like the whole political scene and the political drama, the Veen. So much psychology, personality, and characterization, and then there's the world dynamics, because obviously these are kingdoms. They're vying against each other. For what purpose? Is it conquest? Is it resources? I guess we'll find out. Anyway, but yes, I found this all very interesting, because at first, I thought maybe Clive, or how would I put this? So, the show on Netflix, The Dragon Prince, I believe, it featured a dynamic where the king married the queen, and the queen already had a son, but the king and queen then had another son, and because that was the king's son, even though he was younger than the queen's son, he's obviously the heir to the throne and the actual prince, whereas the older son was a stepbrother of sorts. And so I actually kind of thought that maybe that was the dynamic at play here, but maybe not. And, well, not maybe not. It's not, because he calls the king his father. So, there has been no talk calling him prince. He might still be a prince, for all I know, but it seems like Joshua is the favored one because he has the Phoenix's flame. But Clive was just born with the blessing. I'm sure we'll find more about the distinction between the two. And that would probably explain why the queen gave a look when she saw him. The Attributes tab provides a comprehensive overview of Clive's current level, status, abilities, and gear. This must be one of the... I don't know what you caught, Somber, but I decided to pick the story mode, and as a result, I got some extra gear, and I think this must be it. If there were a ring that transformed a novice swordsman, awkward jerks and jabs into a veritable dance of precisely executed flourishes, one might wonder why every knight in the realm didn't have one of their own. Indeed. I'm assuming the Gear and Icons tab is used for equipping weapons and armor, as well as assigning iconic abilities to available slots. Yeah, so this ring, I don't think they're currently... Oh, they are assigned. The Items tab consists of lists of all non-gear items currently in Clive's possession, including those used in quests. Consumable items, such as potions, can be used at any time from this tab. Items can be assigned to shortcuts for quick access during gameplay. Select an item from the consumables list and press R to bring up the shortcut window. After confirming where it is to be assigned, press F to confirm the decision. Can I... I'm curious if I can assign my own controller settings. Plenty of controller settings. Yeah, I'm assuming the ring where it helps with dodging is what we saw in the tutorial. And I don't think I want it to be that easy. But I do think that I may have to switch to a controller just because, ew, I don't, unless I can reset the evade button, I'm not gonna like that at all. Let me see about getting the controller fixed up. There we go. Alright. Okay, controller works already. I like that. I probably did myself a disservice by doing this all with the keyboard and now deciding, oh, you know what? I don't want the keyboard. So, let me see. Shortcuts and pet commands. Interesting. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Got it. RB is evade. Oh, that's gonna be so much nicer. Yeah, RB is so much nicer as an evade. Y, magic. B, iconic. A, jump. Melee attack. Okay.
I'm not sure. I need to speak with Father.
Wow, you can't jump very high, which is probably realistic, but it just seems kind of funny. I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and Aloy can jump a bit higher, but she brings her knees all the way up. Okay, I'm gonna go up here first, because I saw something up here. Maybe it was this guy with his gleaming axe.
Need to shift this lot before we lose the light.
No, that's what I saw. But obviously I can't get to it. This guy, like, all this stuff is in the way, and I'll be able to get back to it. Anyway,
Remember, it is for us to protect His Highness, not the other way around.
I know that. And on my honor as a shield, I'll defend him with my life.
Anyway, I made a noise during the cutscene simply because, like, oh, it's a silver chocobo. But, you know, with the early games of Final Fantasy, and this includes 10 and I guess 12, although I can't really remember 12. The design of chocobos was kind of, you know, cartoonish, a little bit lighthearted is how I'd more put it. These, though, these are designed like the giant bird called Gastornis, which is a bird from the Ice Ages, and they had a wicked beak, and they were about probably this tall too, because they were a nasty animal, but they died out because it took too long for their chicks to mature. It's probably a good thing that we don't have to put up with them.
Let's get this stuff unpacked before the Duchess calls.
Okay. Finding items. Useful items can be found across the realm by those who know where to look. Items discovered can be viewed on Items tab in the main menu.
Ahead.
Okay.
Right you are.
Phoenix will be with us. Those savages don't stand a chance.
I see something up there. I'm assuming we'll eventually be able to explore this place a little bit better. Oh.
Forgive me, my lord, but I need to finish inspecting these crystals.
Wouldn't do to give our soldiers spent shards.
I guess we'll learn what shards are. Oh, she's just following us around. I can't speak to her.
Make sure all the crystals are accounted.
Preparation is key. We must be ready to march at any time.
You don't need to tell this one. She's raring.
Ah, they've closed the gates.
Let's hope the side entrance is still open.
Really? They close out their own prince? Assuming you're a prince?
No one is to enter the dungeons, including you, my lord.
We'll see about that. I'm sure I'll eventually get in there. Maybe we do go this way.
All right. Let's get this stuff unpacked before the Duchess calls to our heads.
Ah, here we go.
Good as new.
Forgive me, Lord Marquess. Pray do not concern yourself with this bungling cur. Bow to him, you fool.
Don't I say to speak?
It was no trouble. Really.
Oh, do not indulge him. To be allowed to stand in your lordship's presence is more than his kind deserves. Why, neither the Empire nor the Republic treat their bearers half so well. He was lucky to be born in your father's dominion. Very lucky, as I remind him every day.
Stand, please.
Start.
I trust his good fortune will continue.
Of course, if that is your lordship's wish.
Don't work too hard. Remember, it is for the good of the duchy that you serve.
As do we all, my lord.
As do we all.
Come along now. Back to your duties.
Gotta say, the puppy is really cute. So, an establishing scene that demonstrates just how kind and honorable Clive is. We want to like this guy. And we're less likely to like him if he's Joffrey.
Looks like they're getting ready for supper.
I think someone's hungry.
Aw, the puppy needs food. Just like my kitty.
Nice and quiet in here, isn't it?
I wonder who Jill is in relation to everything. Is she just like a servant girl? A companion? Another nobleman's daughter?
There's Joshua!
Clive?
Are you worried about the war?
The soldiers will expect the Phoenix to help them, but I don't know if I can.
Don't worry, Joshua. Father will guide you. And I will protect you. Always.
I know. Thank you, Clive.
You will put Joshua's comfort and safety before your own. Do you understand? Yes, Your Grace.
Duchess Annabella. So, her title is not Queen, as far as I can tell. It's Duchess. I'm assuming she's not going to talk to us. Yeah, she's not going to talk to us. Some large gates and stiff levers require extra effort to operate. Use A to access them, then hold right trigger to push or pull with all your might. Really? Okay.
Good luck.
You commanded my presence, Your Grace. How may I serve you?
All right, you can stop licking my boots. Mother isn't here.
Do the territories fare any better?
Most lie under a pall of black. In just these few moons, the Blight has taken nigh on all of the northern reaches. It is only a matter of time before it crosses the border.
Fire flames.
Nearly every available bed in the capital is already occupied by those fleeing the Deadlands. Even if we were to send them south, to Port Isolde, more would only follow in their wake. Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
Against the Iron Kingdom.
We have traded blows with them for too long. It is time to end it.
At the very least, we must secure Drake's breath. Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
The Iron Blood will not relinquish it easily. This will be a bitter fight.
We ride for Phoenix Gate tomorrow. There we will listen to the words of our ancestors, as tradition dictates.
Am I to go with you as Joshua's shield?
There is something else I would have you do first. Rodney.
You will have heard the reports, I am sure, of beastmen from the north being sighted within our borders.
Goblins in the Stillwind Marshes. I know of the rumors, yes.
Then you know what must be done. I will give you 2 good men. While we ride north tomorrow, you will journey to Stillwind, search it, and clear it. Then you will join us at Phoenix Gate.
It is time to prove your strength. And shut your mother up for good.
I will do my duty, Your Grace.
That will be all. Rest well. We ride at dawn.
Yes, Your Grace.
Hold to access active time lore. Feature a compilation of important information relevant to Clive's storyline progression. ATL can be viewed during most cutscenes. All ATL entries can be accessed later in the game. What is that button supposed to be? Oh, what? Oh, journal. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Purchase on Steam, but I already have the game. Like, really? Gear. Oh gosh, they have all of it. Oh yes, Ring of Timely Evasion. Unequip. It's not letting me unequip this one. Okay, we're going to attempt to do it without the rings that make it very easy. Okay. Controller layout. Animal Instinct Hold. That's the one to help me not get lost. Yeah, so I'm looking at this to see, because it didn't say what button you could access during cutscenes. I guess we'll figure that out. I've spent too much time just... Can't access this door. Can't access this one either. I must look pretty goofy to the king, wandering around like this, like, why can't I open the door? So the
No messages, my lord.
Aw, thank you. You know, it was the only scene in Season 8 worth anything. And I just felt like, you know, given what Brienne did and what Pod did, they both deserved a knighting. And it seemed appropriate. That sort of like breath of hope and levity before the terror begins. But yeah, we're reaching. There's just 2 chapters left, so the final battle is next chapter, and it's a long one. I am a little bit concerned that people are going to accuse it of being similar to, like, oh, it ended in a single night, or whatever, but I feel like I've done enough to put it to this point and suggest, like, you know, this is the end-all, be-all.
How long will you be away this time?
Not long. 4 days, maybe 5.
And you will be taking Joshua?
Well, I can't exactly leave him behind, can I? The blood of the Rosfields runs in his veins. Before going to war, we perform the rite at Phoenix Gate. It's our way. You know that. And only the dominant can enter the apothecary, so yes, I'm taking Joshua.
Oh, to hell with your way! The boy is ill.
You think I don't know that? But the boy is also the Phoenix. The heir to the throne. You can't keep him in swaddling clothes all of his life.
Elwyn!
Don't worry. Clive will watch over him. Though he is a youth of but 15 years, he's already a fine soldier. He will make a splendid shield.
You see more in him than the Phoenix did. He was rejected, Elwyn. Our household has no place for such a failure. He is worthless, a man like any other.
As am I, my dear.
Nonsense. You are the Archduke of Rosaria.
Oh, not this again. You know as well as I do that I only sit upon the throne because my father was taken before his time. I am merely warming the seat till Joshua comes of age.
You are your father's firstborn son, and you sit upon the throne. All is in its right place. Unlike some, you have not disgraced our noble blood.
Without men like Clive to keep us safe, your precious noble blood would long since have graced the gutter. We have an early start. I'm going to sleep.
This is it then. Time to prove yourself.
Wishing on a star?
I'm a little old for that. I should get some sleep.
Right. You're going with them tomorrow, aren't you?
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him. He takes too many risks. I only wish I could save him from himself.
Clive, you...
I have another mission too. Father has given me my first command.
Well, if you're not going to pray to Metia for your safe return, I shall just have to do it for you. There's going to be another war, isn't there? Since coming here, I've begun to take peace for granted. I assumed the war between our nations would be the last. But it never really ends, does it?
No. The next war will be bigger than before.
But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You're a shield of Rosaria, after all, and blessed by the Phoenix.
It's getting cold. We should go in. My lady.
Good night, Clive.
I wonder if we'll learn what that orange dot by the moon is.
Sorry, Ambrosia. We won't be hunting today.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll do brilliantly.
I'll try.
Good luck!
Friends, we ride for Phoenix Gate. May the blessing of the crystals go with us
And shield the firebird's flame forevermore!
His Grace departs! Open the gates!
Lord Rossfield, allow me. I shall see her safely to Phoenix Gate.
Thank you.
We're ready to depart, my lord.
May I say what an honor it is to serve alongside you?
This is to be no mere investigation.
If there are goblins in Stillwind, they won't leave willingly. The beastmen are a fierce foe. We underestimate them at our peril.
Not today, we won't.
Sir Wade, Sir Tyler, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
As you command.
To the marshes, then. And may the blessing of the crystals go with us.
And this game does not leave much room to, like, talk about what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about those scenes. Again, action-packed, not action-packed, info-packed scenes. We have the dynamic between the king and the queen. Surprise, surprise, it does not appear to be a love match. The queen seems most obsessed with status and, like, the richness of her blood, I guess. It kind of makes me wonder, in terms of breeding, how she plays into this. Like, does she also have some kind of dominant elemental running in her veins? Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. So, no, Zomber, I don't know anything about the Eikon lore. Like, I do know, you know, Shiva, Ifrit, those were in Final Fantasy X as Aeons. Ifrit was a fire. Aeon, Shiva was ice. It kind of sounds like Ifrit won't be the fire Aeon, or fire icon in this one, because there's the Phoenix, and that's obviously fire. So I would ask that we keep that kind of info on the down low, and that I learn it as the game lets me learn it. Anyway, yeah, so the queen was not happy with the king. Sorry, my cat is distracting me. He wants attention. Jill, the girl who was with Clive that night, she mentioned the relationship between her kingdom and Rosaria. Oh, I'm sure it does, because in Final Fantasy XII, the Aeons turned into giant ship names. Anyway, she mentioned the peace between their kingdoms. So, right now my speculation is that maybe to end the war between her kingdom and Rosaria, she was betrothed to either Joshua or Clive as a potential queen. That's just what I'm thinking right now. Clive seems to have some feelings for her. She's a little bit young, but it sounds like, or at least it looks like, they've grown up together. So I can't really judge. I'm sure we'll see their dynamic explored a bit more. Okay. Yeah, the whole... I don't want to, you know, I'm not sure if I can really call it Game of Thrones vibes, because it is just kind of like heavy on English heraldry, which Game of Thrones takes inspiration from too. So I'd say it's more like heavily inspired in some ways, both by Game of Thrones and just English history. Because of course, and I find this very interesting, the names of the characters so far are normal. Well, not normal. Non-fantasy. There we go. They're very English influenced. Joshua, Clive. I can't remember Murdoch's first name, but I mean, the name Murdoch is certainly not fantasy-ish. Not made up, I guess is how I'd put it. Anyway, let's continue. The world map displays all locations indicated by glowing pins currently available to Clive via fast travel. Stillwind, Western Rosaria. There was a time, not long ago, that the songs of civilization echoed through Stillwind's knotted boughs. Now, the settlements lie abandoned, and the only sounds to escape this forsaken place are the howls of beasts that have fled the deadlands to make the bogs their home. Oh, I gotta hold it.
Keep your eyes open for those goblins. The reports placed them in this area.
It's all swamps from here. What's your step, my lord?
And everything else.
Okay. Lost in a Fog. Must be chapter title. Timely accessories. Support accessories such as the Ring of Timely Strikes or the Ring of Timely Hooks can be changed or unequipped on the gear tab in the main menu. Find a combination that best suits your playstyle. Let's see how badly I bungled these first few fights. I mean, this is tutorial stuff, so that should be easy.
Not exactly the most well-maintained path.
I don't know, man.
Who do you imagine would maintain it? They've all fled from the Blight.
I was about to say, this isn't so bad. It's like nice and wide and everything.
It's hard to believe that anyone
I
in
like
the
the
village of
controller a lot more than the
Stillwind
keyboard.
is ahead. Not that there's a lot left of it.
This is already way easier to me. 2 Gil. Gil. Back to... It's always the Gil, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh. Nip.
With me.
At least it wasn't Clive who stepped on the... After striking an opponent with X to conjure a magic explosion that deals... Use Y after...
Goblins.
Okay, yeah.
So the reports were true.
We should press on. There may be more ahead.
Yeah, but I wanted to see... Was there anything up here? No. It's just to go through. Okay. Yeah, now that I have... Okay, that's Phoenix Shift. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be so much better with the controller. Alright. interesting that it automatically picks up stuff and I don't have to worry about actually picking it up myself. It's definitely a change of pace.
Welcome to Stillwind.
Have care, my lord.
There's more.
There's a lot more.
Farewell.
Some enemies will drop gil or items upon their defeat. Loot is gathered automatically by approaching the glittering icons. Okay. I'm gonna try the evade button. Never mind.
Entry test of your skills, my lord.
Okay, yeah. Running around, picking up all the gil. I'm rich. I got a whole 118 gil. Potion. Nice. I love free potions. Oh, right. So far, the butterflies seem to be indications of where to go. So I'm going to explore a little bit. Ah, perfect. Yes, I built my new PC. I built it last Tuesday, and I'm particularly proud of it simply because this is the first PC I built where I picked all the parts. My last PC was pretty much secondhand parts, which is fine. Just, I had a lot of help putting it together as a result. This is all mine. And, let me tell you, the only hard part about building the PC was the CPU cooler. That was difficult. But otherwise, it pretty much has gone smooth as butter. I'm pleased. There were some smaller problems.
Watch out, my lord. Some of their number of spells.
And what a number. We'll all have our hands full here.
Oh, new enemies approach.
I think you are worried, my lord.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was surprised. The OS install, for the most part, went pretty smoothly. It did at one point blank screen, and I had to pretty much... Well, I didn't have to restart the install. I had to restart, like, the whole configuration of settings. But other than that, like, nothing major came of it. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. What OS did you end up going with? I did end up going with Windows 11. Just because my Windows 10 activation key meant that I basically got a free copy of it. So I'm not gonna say no to that.
We should be nearing the old village square.
Man,
It might not be a nest of goblins.
Might not. You think? You really believe that's the case?
Sneaky sods. We're trapped.
My lord. I'm working on it.
Aww.
He's the leader. But we'll have to take care of his followers first.
Care to thin the herd?
Like a bunch of golems. Yeah, I actually got that right. Oh, interesting. What OS have you been using?
And there was one.
Linux?
Shit! He's invited a friend! On your feet, Sir Wade.
Here it comes!
Formidable foes. Larger enemies must be faced with caution. They have far more HP than their smaller counterparts and will often use devastating. Use the Blessing of the Phoenix to not only deal considerable damage to these enemies, but also break their wills. Breaking an enemy's will can stagger it, leaving it unable to act and vulnerable to attacks. Have been using a Mac. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, it's... The switch back from Mac to Windows is a bit jarring, isn't it? When I was in college, my department used Macs, so it was interesting. Macs, not really my favorite, but I can understand the appeal of them. The deal that you found online, a friend of mine linked me to a Groupon for Windows 11s. That was pretty cheap. I ended up not having to use it, thankfully, but is that the deal maybe that you were talking about?
Founder, that's a swing and a half. Be ready to move when it winds up for another.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Break the will. Enemies will become partially staggered when their will gauge is reduced to 50%, creating a short opening in which a combination of attacks are easily landed. Okay.
Let me attend to your wounds.
I'm in your debt.
Oops. Completely reducing an enemy's will gauge will stagger it. Extra damage is dealt when an enemy is fully staggered, increasing with each strike landed, up to a maximum of 150%. The total amount of damage dealt during this time is displayed upon the enemy regaining its senses. actually dodge back. There we go. Well, okay. Not better.
Let's try.
There we go. Oh, okay. Gave you Windows 11 for free. Yay, leveled up. Level 6, more health, more attack. Probably not surprising, but defense is pitiful compared to attack. Stagger, strength, blah blah blah. Following important battles, a separate results screen will appear displaying battle performance and rewards. Rewards are based on performance and may include items, gear, ability points, and experience points. Alright then. Hard leather armlets to give me some much needed defense. I was gonna say the leader is still around.
Come back and fight, you coward! After him, before he summons the rest.
Honestly, I think the only reason why I did well in that is because I'm on a controller. I grew up with controllers, and even though I'm kind of prepared to switch to gaming on PC, I don't think I'll ever be fully comfortable on the keyboard. Gear can significantly improve player attributes, but only when equipped via the gear tab in the main menu. Similarly, the right abilities can turn the tide of battle, but only if learned and mastered via the abilities, blah blah blah. Mastering existing abilities, as well as learning new ones, requires ability points, which are earned in battle or by completing quests. Out that way. Okay, there we go.
There he is.
Sorry, I'm oh, there we go. Gear. I figured I might as well go ahead and put these on while I have the chance.
Damn it!
Do we go over? Okay, we do just go over. I was gonna say, I think we can. Yeah, like, I can see why people want, you know, keyboard for FPS kind of stuff.
This ends now.
Watcher. Oh, he's gonna die.
What's in there?
It is a watcher. Oh, we ate Gollum. Oh, it's a
Warble. It's far south.
Keep clear of its maw, my lord. That thing's breath is worse than its bite.
That reeks!
I said, stay away from its mouth!
That's it.
Where's it going?
Oh, fun.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Don't!
Cinematic strike. When the screen flashes blue like this or in a pivotal moment in battle, press X before the time runs out to deliver a devastating blow.
No! Before it recovers!
Use X just as an opponent attacks to parry the strike, temporarily slowing time and leaving the opponent open to a counter. Execute an iconic ability while time is slowed in this manner will slightly lower the ability's cooldown time.
Won't be gone for long. I cannot fall here.
Cinematic evasion.
Now for the final push, my lord.
This doesn't seem like a final push kind of thing. This thing still has a lot of health.
I think we made it angry.
I'd rather we made it die.
I tried holding the button down, like you said, for X, and I didn't feel anything different. Maybe we haven't gotten to that point yet. Level up. Defense leveled up a little bit. Good thing I put on that bracer, or whatever it was.
My lord.
Thanks.
I never thought I'd see it. Not just goblins in Rosaria, but morbals too.
I'll petition His Grace to send a detachment. If we don't stop them here, they'll be at our gates before long.
We should get moving. We don't want to be caught out here after dark.
If we set off now, we can still reach Phoenix Gate before nightfall.
Damned blight.
I was trying to remember what it was called in Final Fantasy X, and now I remember it was called Marlborough. So similar, but not exactly the same name. Oh, it's 8:30. I need to call it a night here soon. Hard to stop though, because I am.
Thousands of red eyes. Wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. His lordship draws his sword. The goblin chief runs off screaming straight down a morble's gullet.
More tales! Drink and be merry, boys! Good work on the morrow.
Must be gratifying to see your student making such a name for himself. The young lord has a bright future ahead of him.
Aye, and one of these nights he may even deign to join us.
Are you unwell?
No, Father. Just a little tired.
Well, it has been a long day.
They all like Clive, don't they?
Aye. Your brother will be a fine shield. We're all very proud of him.
Father? Why is it that the dominance is always born into our family? Doesn't seem fair.
We cannot live without the blessing of the crystals. And the crystals work their magic through us. You have been blessed, Joshua. Blessed to be a dominant, to wield the power of an icon. Our family has been chosen to share that power with the people. So that is what we must do.
Hear the Rosarian voice
Louder, my friends! Louder!
I don't suppose I've been missed.
Poor Jill. She'll be wondering where you've got to. So much for you being a fine hound.
So this is where you've been hiding.
What are you doing out here?
I didn't see you at the feast.
Feasts are the only time shields are allowed to take their ease, and I've never really been one for cakes and ale.
It's the vegetables I don't like. I hear you slew a Morble. All the men were singing your praises.
They never used to. When I joined the ranks, everyone thought I was a spoiled little lordling. If I didn't know how to handle a sword, I'd be a laughingstock.
It isn't fair. It should have been you. I don't have what it takes to lead our people. I don't have the strength. But you do.
Every man has his duty. Ours was decided long ago, when our ancestors chose to instate the dominant as the Archduke of Rosaria. All to ensure that whenever our nation stood on a precipice, the Phoenix would rise from the flames to drag us back from the brink. The fate of Rosaria sits on the dominant's shoulders. It is your duty to bear that burden.
What about you?
I was born to be your shield. That is why I was given the Phoenix's blessing. To keep our future rulers safe. No matter what. However hard it gets. I'll never let you down.
Thank you, Clive. I know you'll always take care of me.
Before I can do that, you need to take care of yourself. All right?
I should go inside. It's past my bedtime. Good night, Torgal.
Supplies from the capital.
You took your time sampling the wares, were you?
It's a good job the North is full of enterprising traders keen to keep us in wine.
Spare a barrel for the boys and people, eh?
What in the...
Gateway secured, Captain.
We proceed as planned.
Is that...
Forgive me, my prince. It's me, Wade. You probably don't remember me.
I remember. What is it?
We're under attack. I don't know who they are, but they've set light to half the castle. I must get you to safety, Your Highness.
Very well. I'm ready.
Follow me, Your Highness.
Flight of the Fledgling. I mean, that's cool. Okay, well, I hate to do this to you all, but it is past time. The stream ended. And of course, I have to do it basically on a cliffhanger. The inciting incident is upon us. So I guess we'll see in the next stream how this plays out. And right now, the next stream is going to be, once again, on Tuesday. Oh, good. Good. Glad to hear it, Somber. So, at one point, given the length and breadth of this game, I think, Zomber, you told me that there was going to be 100 different videos. Yeah, ideally, I don't want to spend just one video a week, or one stream a week on this particular game. I would like to expand that to more, and I plan to in the next couple of months, because winter is a great time to not go anywhere, not do anything. But also, I was kind of hoping this in October, there's a fair number of horror or creepy-ish games that I would like to play. And it could be that one of these Saturdays I'm going to spend playing at least one of them. And I think my decision on that one is the first Little Nightmare game. I would really like to play that for the channel. And anyway, I haven't yet decided when that's going to happen, but yeah, the hopefully before October is over with. Anyway, let's see. There we go. Save game. Even though we may have done like an automatic save, I like going ahead and making a save anyway. I like the little sprayedy figures. Oh, that's adorable. Anyway, thank you, Zomber, for stopping by and chatting. It's been real nice. Yeah, I missed our little chats over the last 2 weeks. Anyway, for anyone else who's watching, thank you for watching. It'd be very helpful if you could like and subscribe. Give this video a little bit of elevation. That would be wonderful. Thank you. All right, this is Lynn, signing out.